What's up, guys? Chris again from CMP Marketing and Design. This is a secondary video that I really want you to watch after you watch the DJ Stormtrooper video that I made you, because that's where I go into detail and break everything down. I didn't need to do that again because the educational portion was in that video, and because both of you are going to watch this as well, or at least one of you are going to watch this as well, I'm going to make this short and sweet and just break down the numbers that we found and what you can kind of expect and what are some different strategies that we can actually go through using this. So if you haven't watched the DJ Stormtrooper video yet, please stop this video right now, go watch that, and then watch this second. Thank you so much. So what we found in, as far as for the yellow house at, what was it called? The yellow house at West Meadows, right? What we found was you're in kind of the middle of nowhere. Right? So there's not a lot of people specifically looking for wedding venues in Warsaw, North Carolina. So what we have to do is you have multiple different ways to do this. Either you can focus on social media, and what you can do is actually run an ad that is very eloquently made, worded towards people that are maybe, newly engaged. And there's actually a behavior on Facebook that you can do targeted ads towards people that just got engaged within the last 2 weeks, month. You can actually make the determination on that, and you can blast into this entire area, right? When you do that, if you're showing, this is more of a long-term strategy because this might not be people that are ready to get married next week, right? But if you do that, you're solidifying yourself as an option for these people to go. They're going to contact you, they're going to get some information, and they might set a date. And that's going to be a beautiful thing, especially in this rural area. Your other option is using SEO methods, which I taught you on the first video. The Google Business Profile, I do not believe, would be a super smart idea in this instance. It could potentially still give you some turnover because it's going to be able to lock down all of these different areas. If people are just looking for wedding venues near me, which I'll do the research on to find out if there is a lot of search volume in that. All right, there is a tremendous amount of search volume in that, but whether or not there are actually a lot of people searching it specifically right here is up for debate, right? So a smarter option for the SEO, once again, we could definitely do that in Warsaw. I just can't guarantee that you're gonna see results, and that's what I want to be able to do for you. So if we're targeting other areas surrounding it, we can actually target keywords such as wedding venues, Fayetteville, right? Because it's only about an hour away, right? Who's not going to be willing to drive a simple hour to a wedding venue that they're going to love? Maybe they can afford, maybe it fits into exactly what they want, right? The beautiful property. So who's not going to drive an hour for a wedding venue, right? Not a huge drive, and I think that's extremely doable for most people. So what we could be doing is actually targeting Fayetteville keywords, targeting Raleigh keywords, and targeting Wilmington keywords, because you're pretty central to all of those different areas. Raleigh might be the longest, and Wilmington might be a little bit far too, but I still think that it would actually bring you a lot of results that you'd be looking for. And I want to go over these numbers with you real quick. I just grabbed 6 keywords from Fayetteville. And the conversion is going to be a little bit different, right? Because the numbers that we were doing was for service-based industries, such as, auto detailers, such as your daughter. Let's say plumbers, roofers, like all of those different kinds of service-based industries has a much higher percentage. People that are looking for wedding venues are searching and they're shopping around, right? So they're not just picking one, they're going through a bunch of them and finding the one that they love. So the conversion rate is going to be much lower in these areas, right? But let's say from these 6 keywords, if you rank in the top position, that's 11 deals per month. That's 11 settings per month on average, right? If we're not using the Google Business Profile, which we typically wouldn't, I don't recommend it, but there's also a lot of other areas such as Wilmington, Raleigh, and possibly if you did the Google Business Profile, getting some deals off of that as well. And you said you were only looking for 1 additional per month. Imagine how much you could be making if you use this strategy, if you targeted these keywords, if you targeted maybe even more keywords, right? What could you do if you scheduled this wedding venue for 10 times a month, 20 times a month? What could you do if it was scheduled back to back to back with only enough time to clean it? right? How much could you be making off this property if you did this? Right? If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out. Let me know. Once again, the phone number is 330-978-5004. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you guys and try to guide you in the right direction. So I really appreciate just at least a line of feedback if you got some value out of this video. If I could have done or explained anything any better to you, I'd love to know that. But thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.